Okay, so today is 5th of August 2015, Wednesday. Let's look at the economic data from today. The main one that I was expecting was the ADP non-farm payroll. It came out less than 200,000, so which is actually bad for the US dollar. But somehow the market seemed to have ignored this bad news. So it looks like the market sentiment is still bullish US dollar. So it'll be interesting to see what happens on Friday, because on Friday the forecasted for non-farm payroll is 220,000. So I think this will be below 200,000 now. So it'll be interesting to note on Friday. So if you look at euro dollar, for example, so that was bad news. So this should have led to appreciation of euro against dollar, but it didn't move much. Otherwise, there were services PMI for pound. It came out above 50, so this is alright. There was one news I think about it. So the UK services growth slows slightly. So when they say growth slows, it means compared to last month, but I think it's not really a big deal. And today the Greek bank shares are still tumbling. It seems this is the third day, but euro seems to be fine, because the data that came out from other countries, say for example Spain, the PMI is alright, services PMI 59.7 something. So for example, if you go here, so Spanish services surge as euro area recovery shows resilience. So it looks like euro economy is alright. And there was another news from Chinese. So the Chinese PMI, services PMI came out above 50, so this is fine. And other one was dollar had a good news today. This is the services PMI and ISM non-manufacturing PMI. So both are above 50, so which is good. So maybe these two data point is negating the effect of the unemployment non-farm payroll data. So other news from today, I think are, so we've seen these two. And in Bloomberg, so we have seen the UK services growth eases, but it's still above 50, so that's alright. There was one news about how the global commodity currencies is suffering, and it's still not over yet. So for Canadian, Aussie and Kiwi, it may fall down further. This is a very good chart I saw today. So which is, if you look at this chart, so Canadian is the strongest among the three commodity currencies. It's trading at around 82-83 cents to a US dollar. Aussie is trading at it was 82-83 cents in May, and then now it's at around 76-78. And Aussie dollar was trading at around 80, now it's trading at around 74-73. And Kiwi dollar was trading at around 74, but now it's fallen down below 65 around approximately. Alright, and then other one was similar to the commodity route, so the oil crash. I was surprised to see this number. So it has caused the energy shares to fall by $1.3 trillion. That's a lot of money. And the other interesting one from Bloomberg I saw today was this one. So the Barclays report saying that forget the world stock market swings. So there is the problem in the stock market, but it's saying that China's real estate sector is what's most worrisome. So this made me think of the subprime mortgage crisis in the US that led to the financial crisis in 2007 and 8. So maybe something may happen in China as well, so we should be very wary of this. So the trigger point or the tremor could start from the stock market, and then another tremor from real estate. Alright, looking at the Financial Times, so one good news for US mortgage applications bounce back. This is good news for Fed to raise rate. But bear in mind that if the non-farm payroll came out below 200k on Friday, I think the chances are less. There was a guy from JP Morgan saying today that if Fed has to raise rate in September, there should be good employment numbers coming this month and next month, which should be about 200k. So if this month comes below 200k, I think it kind of brings down the chance of Fed raising rate in September. Another good news for dollar. So on the expectation of Fed rate rise, dollar is moving up. So this is another dollar index from Bloomberg. It seems Bloomberg's DXY index. Alright, so tomorrow is the Thursday, so Bank of England is coming out with the bank rate and the inflation report. So what they're saying is, so it looks like it's going to release a lot of information tomorrow. And I've read somewhere that Mark Carney is very keen on bringing transparency to the Bank of England, workings of Bank of England. So this may be one of his actions towards that objective. And the other interesting one I saw today, this has been in the news for some time now, so Chinese renminbi wants to be part of the SDR, special drawing rights, but it's still not yet there. So I remember, I think back 10 years ago in 2005, it seems like renminbi has been allowed to fluctuate between range against US dollar. So until then, I think it was pegged against fixed exchange against dollar. So it's experimenting with fluctuating or floating exchange with US dollar, though not like other currencies, which is free floating, say dollar Canadian or British pound. And one more news I saw for the emerging markets. Indonesia is struggling to attract foreign investment. So this is one example of how emerging markets are suffering now because of the commodity crisis and dollar rise. And another one I saw interesting one was Puerto Rico's debt problems. I think this weekend it defaulted on one of its debts. And what was surprising was it looks like Puerto Rico is an island of only 3.5 million people, and it has a debt of around $70 billion. Right, and another one for Saudi Arabia. So it's raising money from the bond market, $27 billion. I think a month or two ago it raised another, I think 4 billion or 8 billion in the bond market. So this is an example of how the oil economies are beginning to feel some difficulty, and the dependence on oil seems to be a threat. I think those were the major news from today. Tomorrow we should be looking at the that's coming out. It's the important one, I think. And otherwise, the unemployment claims for dollar, this is something to watch out for. And similarly with Aussie, unemployment rate and employment change. I don't think there was one thing I wanted to show, which is dollar Canadian moved up today. because I think this is to do with why oil is falling down today again. So oil fell down today again, and I think Brent has crossed below 50 again. I think so. It's $49 now. I saw pound Canadian appreciating today nicely. And oh right, one more thing was Nikkei was moving up today, which in turn caused dollar yen to move up and pound yen to move up as well. The euro yen may be moving up now, but it's still not very clear. I think those are the important ones from today, so let's wind up here and we'll come back tomorrow.